Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the last session, we have completed regarding chemical reactivity and okay, their standard reduction potential values. Okay, is related with their chemical reactivity, and even we consider the magnetic properties of the d block elements. Okay, so in general, we are going to calculate only spin only magnetic moment with the help of formula. What is that? Mu is equal to formula in there. So mu is equal to square root of n into the bracket n plus 2 Bohr magneton. Okay, Bohr magneton. So here what that n indicates? N indicates the number of unpaired electrons. So if you know the number of unpaired electrons with the help of electron configuration, one could able to calculate the magnetic moment of the species. Well, the continuous part of the chapter, that is property we are looking for, is the color properties. Okay, color properties of transition metal ions. So if I consider color of the transition metal ions or the chemical species, so if you strike, if you think of color, what you have to think of? So color means yes, we have different colors. Usually we think of 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red colors. And even the combination of those resultant will be large number of colors. But have you ever thought, have wondered why these colors are seen, or how these colors are seen our naked eyes? So yes, earlier what we used to say, that color, whatever the color we seen, that colors is seen, it is because of reflection. Earlier what is our thought? Earlier they thought that whatever the color we observe, it is because of the reflected light, which means, say, an object, whenever light radiations fall on an object. Okay, whenever light radiation fall on an object, what happens? Say some of the light radiations are reflected. So why we are getting color means, earlier what scientists thought, the reflected, we are going to observe color, it is because of reflected light. Okay, reflected light. But this theory failed. Okay, is not, we are not going to observe color because of reflected light. So therefore we are saying this theory later on proved to be failure. Hence one more theory developed, or one more theory is proposed to specify the color of an object, or why we are going to see the color is. So according to the new theory, according to new theory, what it says, whatever the color we observe, okay, color to the absorbed color, which means whenever light radiation fall on an object, say some of the radiations here absorbed, its complementary color will be reflected. So they say, according to the second theory or second proposal, what we say, the complementary color we are going to see, say object, say on an object, whenever light radiation fall on an object, say it's a complementary color, part of the radiation is out, its complementary color will be seen by naked eyes. But soon, so to find the complementary color, we can take the help of Munchausen's wheel. So what that wheel suggests? So according to that, say if you look at the Munchausen wheels, see here, as we said, VIBGYOR. So omitting that indigo color, so I'm considering the 6 colors: violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So violet and indigo merged. So violet, indigo, then blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So here, according to this wheel, or according to this concept, violet is complementary color to the yellow. So here violet, which is complementary to the yellow color, which means if violet is absorbed by an object, its complementary color yellow is seen, that object appears to be yellow, and vice versa. If yellow radiations are absorbed by that object and is going to appear violet color. Okay, similarly for blue, what is the complementary color? Orange is the complementary color. So blue, for blue radiations, orange is a complementary color. So if blue is absorbed, it appears orange in color. If orange is absorbed, it appears blue in color, according to this concept. Then the last one, green and red. So if green is absorbed by an object and it appears red in color, or else if red is absorbed and it appears green in color. So according to this Munsell's wheel, so there is a complementary color. So if violet is observed, what is the complementary for violet? Yellow is the complementary. Okay, and for blue, orange is the complementary, and for green, red is the complementary color. But so this theory is also going to be failed because it's not going to consider a color like pink. Yes or no? A pink color exists, but well, so a new concept, or I can say a new theory is developed. The next theory that came up considered totally a new concept. Means here, what about that new concept says? According to the new concept, say if you think of d orbitals, how many orbitals are present in a d subshell? There are 5 orbitals, right? Yes, if I consider d orbitals, those are dxy, dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square, and dg square. These are the 5 orbitals. Now if I consider energy of these 5 orbitals, energy is same. Say all orbitals are going to have same energy, therefore these orbitals having same energy, they are called degenerate orbitals. Okay, so these all orbitals are going to have equal energy, therefore they are called degenerate orbitals. Now here, whenever light radiations, say let us consider one electron present in a d subshell. Say one electron present in a d subshell. Now say under the influence of energy factors, say when electrons from other atoms or molecules approaches these 5 d orbitals, whenever electrons approaches, say an external electron from any, it may be from molecule or it may be any chemical species, when it approaches these orbitals, that is degenerate orbitals, what happens? That degeneracy will be lost, and these d orbitals split up into two energy levels. One is going to called T2g orbital and another is called Eg orbital. Means here T2g and Eg, they are the different energy levels. So it splits into two energy orbitals. Therefore, we call it is the crystal field splitting. What it is? It is called a crystal field splitting. When it takes place? Whenever an electron of other atoms or molecules or any chemical species approaches the degenerate orbitals, what happens? Splitting of d orbitals takes place into T2g and Eg level. This phenomenon is called crystal field splitting. Now, after splitting, where the orbitals will go? Say 3 orbitals goes to T2g level. Okay, those are dxy, dyz, and dxz, and the remaining 2 orbital goes to Eg orbit level, that is dx square minus y square and dg square. Now here, say we have an electron in the T2g level, that is lower energy level. Now, at this situation, whenever light radiations fall on an object, means those d orbitals, what happens? That electron is going to take up the energy, and where it will go? It will goes to higher energy level. That is, movement of electron takes place from one d orbitals to another d orbital. Here electron is being transferred quantitatively. So we say electrons from lower energy level gets excited to higher energy level. Well, we know that. So this concept, movement of electron from one lower energy level to higher energy level d orbital, is called dd transition. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು dd transition ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. Well, further we know that since electrons with high energy, if electron is associated with high energy, is it stable? No, will be unstable, right? Will be unstable. So as we know that higher the energy, lower is the stability. If electrons are associated with more energy, it will be more unstable. So to get the stability back, okay, to get the stability, what that electron will do? Electron, whatever the energy is taken, okay, during excitation, whatever the energy taken during excitation, that energy will be given back. So what we are saying, in order to attain the stability, what happens? The electron in the higher energy level emits the energy. It gives the gives out the energy, or I can say it emits the energy and comes back to its lower energy level. So energy electron is being excited, but is it stable at the excited state? No. So what happens? Whatever the energy taken by that electron will be given out. In what form? Is given out in the form of, again, radiations. So, well, that energy is given out in the form of a radiations. And once that energy is given, where the electron will go? Electrons comes back to its ground state again, or I can say it's a lower energy level. Well, now what happened here? The energy is liberated in the form of a radiations. That is, energy is being emitted here in the form of radiation. So, if its frequency matches with the color of visible spectrum, that is, what is the range we said? 400 to 800 nanometer. Okay, 400 to 800 nanometer, or in particular 380 to 760 energy emitted, that is that emitted radiation. If its frequency matches with the color of visible spectrum, then we see the color. Means here the color of an object is because of what we are saying. It is because of excitation and de-excitation of d electrons, and or in turn I can say it is because of a dd transition. Okay, it's because of dd transition. Well, now earlier we said color is due to reflection. It gets is end up with failures, and further we said it's because of complementary color, and it is also end up with limitations. Now we are thinking of color is because of dd transitions. Okay, well, now if I consider formation of colored ions, how these colors are formed. So transition elements and their, okay, transition elements and their ions also, okay, they exhibit colors due to presence of unpaired electrons. Okay, transition element anu tagobodu athwa their ions also. Yes, they exhibit colors. It's because of presence of unpaired electrons in d orbitals, and further whatever specifying, it is because of dd transition. If they have an unpaired electron, that electron involved in dd transition, therefore transition elements and their compounds, okay, compounds in the sense ions, they are going to exhibit a different color. So here question, why transition or how transition element going to exhibit color means, it is due to presence of unpaired electrons is the must. Once they have an unpaired electron, there involves a dd transition, therefore they exhibit color. So it may be transition element or its compounds. They exhibit color. What is the reason here? It is due to presence of unpaired electrons and dd transition. Okay, well. Now, the color absorbed correspond to the complementary color of light absorbed. So again here also what we are saying, that color absorbed, the color of the compound is the complementary color of a light absorbed. Well, further, the some oxoanions, like a MnO4 minus CrO4, 2 minus Cr2O7, 2 minus, they also exhibit color. Here, color of these compounds is due to what? Is due to charge transfer transitions. Well, here just I will explain one example. Say MnO4 minus. Okay, I want to calculate the oxidation state of manganese here. So consider X plus 4 into oxygen minus 2 is equal to net charge minus 1. So X minus 8 is equal to minus 1. So X is equal to 8 minus 1. So X is equal to plus 7. Which means what I can say here? Mn is present in plus 7 state. Well, we look at the manganese atomic number 25, and what is the electronic configuration? Argon 3d5 4s2. So here Mn 7 plus. Mn 7 plus means argon, right? Argon 3d0 4s0. What it mean? Say in Mn MnO4 minus, there is no electron in a D subshell at all. There is no electron. It is a D0 configuration, which means as per our expectation to say to exhibit color, there must be an unpaired electron, right? Yes, there is no electron at all. Then what we can predict here, MnO4 must be colorless. Yes or no? As per our explanation, it must be colorless. But MnO4 minus is going to exhibit color. How is going to exhibit color? It is because of charge transfer transitions, or I can say charge transfer phenomenon. Well, here, what do you mean by charge transfer? Charge is nothing but electron, right? Charge is nothing but electron. So here, during bond formation between Mn and oxygen in oxide, in MnO4 minus, during bond formation, what happens? An electron is being transferred. Electron what? Electron of oxygen is being transferred to empty d orbitals of a manganese momentarily, not permanently. That electron of an oxygen being transferred from oxygen to what? Empty d orbitals of a manganese. Therefore these compounds exhibit a color. So we say color is observed due to transfer of electron from what? From oxygen atom to manganese. Same thing happens in these compounds also. So here, once electron is transferred from, transferred to empty d orbitals of a manganese, is going to exhibit color. So what happened here? Charge is transferred, therefore compound exhibit a color. Therefore we say the exoanions like MnO4 minus, CrO4 2 minus, Cr2O7, okay, chromate and dichromate ions, okay, chromate and dichromate, Cr2O7 2 minus ions, they exhibit color even though they're not having, even though they are having D0 configuration, they are going to exhibit color. That color is because of charge transfer transitions. Please remember this, okay? Well. Now, color of some of the first row transition metal ions. Okay, if I consider first row means that is 3D series, scandium, zinc. So consider the first configuration and go for example and color. So configuration, say D0 configuration. D0 means, say I can consider scandium 3 plus is a well-known example. So scandium 3 plus means there is no d electron at all, there is no unpaired electron, then there is no case of color. So what we say, colorless is the nature. Scandium 3 plus is a colorless. Again, one more D0, titanium 4 plus is also colorless. Then D1 configuration, examples I can consider titanium 3 plus. What is the color? Purple in color. Then one more D1 configuration, say vanadium 4 plus. If I consider vanadium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, atomic number 23, 3D3, 4s2. Okay, D3, 3D3, 4s2, argon, okay, 3D3, 4s2 is the electronic configuration. If vanadium 4 plus means 2 electrons from 4s and 2 from D. So what is the remaining? D1, 3D1. So vanadium 4 plus. Vanadium 4 plus, what it has? It has a D1 configuration. So what is the color exhibited? Is going to exhibit a blue color. Okay. Well, similarly, if I consider D2 configuration, so vanadium plus. So is green in color. D3, D3 vanadium 2 plus is going to exhibit a violet color. As for next one. So if you consider D3, one more D3 configuration, example for a D3, chromium. So chromium 3 plus. So chromium, what is the atomic number? Atomic number 24. If you consider electron configuration, argon, okay, 3D5, 4s1, as I said here, abnormal electron configuration. So chromium 3 plus. Chromium 3 plus means 3 electrons were lost. 3 means 1 from 4s and 2 from D. So remaining 3D 3 configuration. So argon 3D3. So what is the color? There are 3 unpaired electrons and is going to exhibit violet color. Well, next one, D4 configuration. Example is Mn3 plus, violet in color. One more D4, say chromium 2 plus, which is blue in color, is going to exhibit blue color. Then D5 configuration, I can consider example Mn2 plus, okay, Mn2 plus, which is pink in color. Then one more D5O configuration, example, okay, Fe3 plus, which is yellow in color. Okay, this means here I am considering configurations and example for those particular configurations and what type of color they are going to exhibit. Well, next D6 configuration, Fe2 plus, iron 2 plus, okay, and which is green in color. Then one more D6 and D7. So examples includes cobalt 3 plus and cobalt 2 plus, cobalt 3 plus, which is blue in color, and cobalt 2 plus, which is pink in color. Then D8 configuration. So here Ni2 plus can be considered, and what is the color? Green in color, means nickel 2 plus compounds are green in color. Fe2 plus ferrous compounds are green in color. Cobalt 3 plus, okay, blue in color. Cobalt 2 plus, which is pink in color. Then D9 configuration example, I can consider copper 2 plus, which is blue in color, and D10 configuration I can consider Zn2 plus compounds, ZnCl, ZnSO4, okay, zinc sulfate, zinc chloride, as like zinc nitrate, ZnNO3 taken twice, zinc nitrate, such compounds. What is the color? They are colorless. So Zn2 plus, D10 configuration, Zn2 plus, those compounds are colorless. Zinc sulfate is colorless, zinc chloride is colorless, means here it is a D10 configuration. There is no unpaired electron, therefore compounds are colorless. Okay. So wherever color comes, there involves a DD transition. Wherever colorless means, generally remember, colorless means there is no DD transition. There is no unpaired electron, then there is no DD transition. Well, now coming to the objectives, which of the following ion is green colored in aqueous solution? So copper 2 plus ion, Zn2 plus ion, copper plus ion, and Na2 plus ion. So what is the answer here? Nickel 2 plus ion, which is green in color in aqueous solution. Next one, which of the following ion is yellow colored in its aqueous solution? Yellow color, copper 2 plus ion, second Fe3 plus ion, copper plus ion, and Na2 plus ion. So yellow color, Fe3 plus. Ferric ions are yellow in color in its aqueous solution. Then next one, okay. Well, with this, I'm going to conclude about this session. Again, in the next session, we go for other concept. Okay. Thank you. Be safe.